Greetings from the Freedom Industrial Complex. Today we are doing a bonus episode of the 10 things you should know before coming to prison. Weapons inside of prison. So when you come to prison, especially as I did into higher levels, it's a war zone. So you're perpetually looking for a self-defense weapon or mechanism that will keep you safe. Now there's three main categories in prison for weapons. One is a bludgeoning style weapon. Another is stabbing. Number two. Three is a slashing style weapon. And four is a burning type of scarring type of weapon. Now, the first one, bludgeoning, there's the simple caveman version of rocks, which is why maximum security prisons, you don't see large rocks. So, bludgeonings consist of like just crude rudimentary stuff like canes, people used a lot, but also just large rocks if you could find them. But the main one was a lock in a sock. My first bunkie tried a lock in a sock and it broke through when it hit the dude's skull and ricocheted around the room and ended up hitting him. That's the most commonly used bludgeoning weapon. Now, the next one is slashing. Now, slashing weapons were more popular when I first came to prison because razor blades were still around and you would slash people. It's called a buck 50. We talked about this in the 10 Things You Should Know Slang Edition, and those are by far the worst. But in prison, when we had access to razors, everyone was getting slashed. It would leave you with a scar for the rest of your life. Horrific buck 50. It started with chomos and pedophiles and rats, and it eventually evolved because of ease to anyone could get it, and you'd live the rest of your life being marred and disfigured. The next one is stabbing utensils. So the cheapest model is to take, because there's fences everywhere, is to slowly, it takes weeks to do, undo one of the fence bindings in a chain link fence and bend it thing. You sharpen it on the ground. Those are usually one-time throwaway uses because they'll end up bending if they hit bone. The better versions, the more reliable, the higher quality material was a prison typewriter rod. And if you take the rod that holds the whole spool together, you can break them into smaller pieces and then sharpen them in the way I described. And those were thicker and sturdier. You tear your either shoelaces or you tear your sheet into strips, wrap it around it for a good handle. Now, the fourth category is the most terrifying, and I've seen it happen a bunch, and these are burning weapons. The most efficient and dangerous thing people would use inside is coconut oil. So they would put it in the microwave, boil that coconut oil, put it in like a thermos that would keep it really hot, and throw it in the face of somebody they were beefed out with. Now, the other alternative is people would take water and sugar and creamer and mix it up into a paste, prison napalm, and whip it on somebody. And when they would go to peel it off, it would peel their skin off. If you're coming here to get the true sauce, if you're going to the joint, God forbid, or you know somebody going to the joint, they need to be aware of these things. Keep your head on straight, be aware. This has been the 10 things you should know before coming to prison, the prevalence, dichotomy, and intricacies of prison weapons.